is that? Oh, it's a bad bitch! Yeah!
Bad bitch, I could be a fantasy. I could tell you got.
You are now tuned in to New York's very own Minx Couture. All the opinions and views expressed on this show are from mine and mine only. I take responsibility for everything I say. And if you're gonna be all up in your feelings, then this is not the platform for you, because this is The Minx Show. Yeah. What is up? It is everyone's favorite Minx, and we're here with the Minx Show podcast. I know it's been a minute. Happy New Year. Where do we begin? I mean, there's so much to talk about. Well, we all know. I literally just said I'm not doing the resolution thing. Like, I'm just not into resolutions. I don't wait for holidays to make changes to my life. And we're all not celebrating the same things. But again, if you're going to use this year as a way to step into your higher self, I say do it. Do it, but stick with it. And don't stick with it because you told social media that you was about to do some shit. I'm just saying. All right. I don't know what episode this is. It's at the tip of my tongue. So that clip that I had played in the beginning is actually one of my favorite creators. She goes by Nostalgia. She does a lot of interesting makeup transitions, and you know, it's usually horror related, and we love horror related shit. So definitely shout out to her. You know, my little one likes her content, and you know, she actually responded to me when I told her that. She was like, "Oh, that's great." So all right, so this is the homepage of minxradio.com. As you can see, we haven't made any updates or changes because we've been doing a lot of updates and changes on my end. We know that we have officially gone into gaming and using the platform to access virtual reality to promote people that support me. It's a lot of work. I believe over the Christmas holiday, there was a surge of Oculus buyers or recipients. Santa came and gifted damn near every loud child. And yeah, it's been a very interesting space. We know that I've been streaming on Twitch in order to give you guys some content. You know, I consider myself the type of gamer that is like in shock and awe about different things. And being from the Bronx and, you know, being a black gamer, it's a new world for me. Wherever you go, you know, there's going to be racism, there's going to be haters. It's wherever you go. The question is, do you use that as a crutch, or do you take the situation and try to make it better for others? And that's my goal, is to make the problems go away by actually going through it myself. So let's get started, shall we? I have 3 great videos for you guys today. And they don't know I'm featuring them because I don't tell anybody anything anymore. You ask for videos, you ask for, music. I feel like you're begging, and I'm not begging anymore. I'm not going to do it. And 9 times out of 10, if I do like the mommy thing and just say, F it, I'm taking it and playing it, and then I'll let you know when it's done, that's what I'm going to do from now on. And it's no shade to anybody. It's just that I don't like to beg people for their content, for me to have content. And if I see that people are actively posting and looking for promotion and they're just not getting it, not saying that I'm getting 1 million views and streams on my podcast, but we're kind of good. We're kind of good. So to those of you who are new, this is the Minx Show podcast. I basically talk about things that are pertaining to shit that I like, which is marketing, promotion, the music business, and of course, kind of sort of woke shit on this platform. But I have other shows. You guys know I have the Wicked Observation Show, which is doing amazing on TikTok. We have officially hit 40,000. How much did we get? How many followers do I have now? I mean, I don't really care. I just I like to show you guys that 40,008 followers. 40,008. So that is still a lot, more than what I had before. So here we go. I got some very interesting news, and I'm going to hit you guys back to back to back because it's that much shit that went down since the new year. All right, so I'm just going to move my beautiful gal over. Her name is Cat's Eye, and you guys have seen my character. I do use her in VR when I'm, walking around and meeting people. I use the other character because that's, I haven't optimized this avatar for the Oculus. So we'll talk more about that on the gaming streams. All right, so let's get into the first article of the new year, which is, wow. Okay. First of all, we're going to start with Music Business Worldwide. I love Music Business Worldwide because they tell us shit that, you need to know. So, once again, I don't even know how to feel about NFTs and shit anymore because it becomes very watered down once everybody and their mama got in it. And that's not to discourage people from getting into it. It's the same thing as, being a producer. What do you have when everybody and their mom is doing it? Like, who's the client? Okay. Here we go. So it says Nas is to let fans buy shares in streaming royalties via NFTs on music investment platform Royal. This is an article that was posted January 6, 2022. So there's a blockchain-based music investment platform Royale raised $55 million in November and attracted funding from artists like the Chainsmokers, Nas, Logic, Stefflon Don, Kygo, Joyner Lucas, and Disclosure. Today, Royal co-founded Justin Blau. I feel like we've spoke about this before. Justin Blau, like that pops up again, that name. He's the owner. That's why I guess he popped up before. Now, this is what makes this Nas situation very interesting because people ask me, like, what is the benefits of getting into this NFT thing? And I say that it's about how you are constructing the ownership of the NFT. So in this particular circumstance, Nas is letting his fans get shares of the streaming royalties. I don't know how that is a good situation if artists are admitting that they're not making any money in streaming. So I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So I kind of have a little problem with that. All right, so because I just mentioned that, I pulled this article after that because they're saying that the reality of Spotify for artists, that there's no money in streaming music unless you're A-list stars like Taylor Swift or BTS. Now, I'm not saying that Nas is not an A-list star, but again, what kind of money are fans going to make having a stake in something that doesn't pay anything? Okay. Now, I wanted to, scroll down a little bit to this conversation here. Right at this part, right? So, according to the South China Morning Post, they were talking about how Spotify doesn't pay anybody shit. And that's not a lie. That is actually the truth. But this paragraph caught my eye because I've been saying this for such a long time. He says, Mr. Ho says, he adds that they mostly use the streaming service as a promotional tool along with social media like Instagram to get the word out about their music. And that's what I've been saying for a very long time. That's all Spotify is. It's a promotional tool. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not meant to make you rich. It's not meant to for that shit to happen. So are you using Spotify wrong? And why is it only Spotify that people care about when there's tons of other platforms that people listen to? Like I myself, I just got a new Mac. Thank you, babe. Yeah, it would cost a grab. But I got I got Apple Music for like 6 months. So you're shooting yourself in the foot, especially with people that got Apple devices over the holidays. Promote your Apple. Promote your Tidal. You have to look at the big picture of the market, right? And I tell people all the time that they bank on you not knowing anything about the stock market, about anything about these things. They don't, they literally don't tell you. They don't hold your hand. If you're a person that reads numbers a lot and understands the market a lot, then you a lot of people don't even know that Spotify pulled out of investments with DistroKid. Right? I meant to bring that up. I totally forgot. Don't laugh at my search where I said secret society name generator and fantasy generator. I'm writing a novel. I'm sorry. What was I? Okay. Spotify. Oops. And DistroKid. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's like so much news that is out right now. Okay, so all right, so Spotify pulls out DistroKid. Wow, they really cleaned up these stories. But anyway, to my knowledge, from what I remember about reading in this article, is that DistroKid. I mean, let me just search for DistroKid. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, so Tampa music tech firm Symphonic Distribution raises $37 million in investments, and I believe that this is with DistroKid. Let me see. Right. So it was like an investor. This investor invested into places like publishing companies, symphonic competitors like DistroKid and United Masters, which I heard United Masters is trash now. or has always been, and we're just like catching up. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to that because I know that that's what they were talking about. Yeah, so back to that. Streaming companies are not paying anything, and we know this. But you have a lot of people that, that they're very tired of hopping from one place to another. I spoke about this today, about being so spread out across all different platforms and then feeling lost because you're like, well, my YouTube isn't doing anything, and my Twitter isn't doing anything, and my Instagram isn't doing anything, but I get the most engagement on TikTok. Now what? Or Facebook. Now what? This is the stuff that's happening. Which in this article here, it states here that the music industry is concentrated and dominated by three main players. According to music copyright and three largest record labels, which is Universal, Sony, and Warner, they hold a 68% share of the music recording market. And similarly, the three largest music publishers, Sony, Universal, and Warner, maintain a 58% share of the music publishing market. Universal, Sony, and Warner are collectively referred to as the majors or the big three. Okay. Now, remember how we always kept talking about the big three? Well, the big three has market shares, right, in Spotify, which I keep saying. This is why these artists are not getting paid. Whether you go independent or not, these three people, these three corporations call the shots. Right? Why on earth would they let you, little trash can, get 300,000 organic streams over their artist, Little Buckwheat? It's not going to happen. They're going to push Little Buckwheat, and Little Trash Can is going to stay right in the bottom because he is not signed. You will not make more money than people that we have invested in. This is what that shit's about. So as we go into this paragraph here, it says, industry concentration is relevant in music because the majors deal with streaming services that benefit from their market share. So when you own shares in something, you have say, right? The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So the hand that rocks the cradle is the big three. And for some strange reason, there are artists that really believe that they are on the same like level where these people are going to be like working with you or signing you. What? Can we get out of this mindset of getting signed and shit? You have right now people like Alicia Keys who were super, super hyped about being an independent artist after 20 years. Why are you trying to get into an industry that several hundred artists have complained about? There's been several hundred behind the musics. There's been several hundred fucking podcasts that talk about how evil this industry is, and y'all want to get in it. Okay. Let's continue. Speaking of, so Warner that we just spoke about, they just paid $400 million in cash to acquire 300 Entertainment. This is like Monopoly. They're totally buying up the joint. So it says some music business worldwide sources close to the deal suggested the buyout announced Thursday, which was December 16th, cost Warner approximately $400 million. Others suggested the final price was just north of that figure. And we know for sure that Warner paid. Ooh, damn, I need to get that gap fixed. We know for sure Warner paid $400 million on the nose to acquire 300 and paid it out in cash. We are in a crypto society. Mofos can't even have $600 in their fucking bank account. and they were able to pay $400 million in cash. That don't make no sense. But anyway. So, the filing reads, on December 16th, 2021, Warner Music Group Corp., the company, purchased Theory Entertainment LLC, doing business as 300 Entertainment, pursuant to the terms and conditions of the merger agreement of this same date among Warner Music Incorporated and MM Investment LLC, both wholly subsidiaries of the company, the buyer. You understand where this is going. Why do all of these companies need these bailouts? I mean, they're doing so amazing because they keep tapping down here, offering their help and their assistance for a business that they can't seem to keep afloat. And that's not me being a jerk. I'm just looking at my options here. How are you offering opportunities to anybody when you need opportunities yourself to stay afloat, to keep business going, to keep the lights on? If you can't keep your own lights on, how you going to keep mine? That's the mentality that I have. These people, you have to talk to them like they ain't shit, because they ain't shit. They can't rub two rocks together to get water. I know that that's not the right thing to say, but nothing they say is right either. Anyway. So all these companies getting bought up by the big three. So it's like, you know, when you start mingling with companies that have to do with your music, you have to look at who owns them now. You have to look at who owns these companies. You have to look at, like, the stocks. You got to stop being naive and waiting for people to come to you and say, this is what's happening. Most people don't know about what's happening in the stock market because it's boring. Oh, it is boring. That's why you have people like me that read this shit and study this shit and make this shit worth understanding. So again, keep your eye out on a lot of these independent labels because they are getting bailed out heavy by the big three. Okay? All right. I'm going to start with my first break. I'm going to play, so a couple of months ago, when I first started Airtime, I was asking for a shitload of music videos so I can, showcase them. And of course, I didn't get that many, but I had a couple of friends that sent me links of people. And I was actually very excited to see that a lot of the submissions were women. And this one was KO Bag. All right, KO Bag. And, as you see all of the feedback, people are feeling it. People are feeling it. And so is I. So we're going to get this on KO Bag today. Official music video shot by Scholar Kid Behavior. Here we go.
Life a movie shot by Scholar Kid. Scholar Kid. Whoa, please don't do it to him.
Fuck all that talking, just pull up. If you with the shit, throw your hood up. No, we don't know them, but they knew us. But they all know the bitch with the crew cut. I'm popping my shit when I pull up. My big cousin say I do too much. My ops with some haters and losers. If it ain't about money, you losers. No, we ain't too many, I do trust. These niggas be snakes, Medusas. We smoking this pressure, excuse us. No, we really that, don't confuse us. My bitches is bad, come seduce us. In the club, super sexy, they choose up. Or yo nigga the plug, introduce us. They be talking, that ain't never move us. Nah. I got a bag today. All of my niggas in line, they do what I say. I got a bag today. My life a movie, Carlito, I did it my way. I got a bag today. I'm really that bitch, so you know it's fuck what they say. I got a bag today, nigga. I got a bag today. Yeah, I got a bag today. All of my niggas in line, they do what I say. I got a bag today. My life a movie, Carlito, I did it my way. I got a bag today. I'm really that bitch, so you know it's fuck what they say. I got a bag today, nigga. I got a bag today. I just wake up with dilemmas. Do I want the bitch or her nigga? I I do the shrimp scampi with lemon. In the salad, I'm watching my figure. He really my favorite to give her. And his phone got me saved on the river. He cute cause he think he my nigga. I just like how he stand and deliver. Yeah, look, I'ma run up 10 mil for my sister. Then just send her a Benz cause I missed her. Got a little nigga out in Memphis. Wanna make me his wife, be my mister. That nigga ain't low, he a trickster. I'ma fuck him twice, then I switched up. He was in his feelings, so he bitched up. Then I had a laugh and I twist up. I got a bag today. All of my niggas in line, they do what I say. I got a bag today. My life a movie, Carlito, I did it my way. I got a bag today. I'm really that bitch, so you know it's fuck what they say. I got a bag today, nigga. I got a bag today. Yeah, I got a bag today. All of my niggas in line, they do what I say. I got a bag today. My life a movie, Carlito, I did it my way. I got a bag today. I'm really that bitch, so you know it's fuck what they say. I got a bag today, nigga. I got a bag today. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, make sure you give her a follow. She did that. Excuse me, I had to cough. She did that. All right. So again, I'm on the hunt. I'm always looking. And if you sleep on me, you know, you're going to need more rest because I'm going to be really busy and too busy for you. All right. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing, you know, your art with the world. I was a little bit PO'd at some of the comments that was on Instagram at the time. You know, we got to talk about this quote unquote old head comments. OK, in my opinion, music is timeless. It's ageless. And the fact that you have somebody that put out something super dope, professional, gorgeous woman. People were just like saying some dumb shit. It wasn't a lot, but it was a few. And I always peep the bullies because I don't like bullies. But she is totally shitting on your life. And if you have something to say it to me. Okay. Super dope. Super, super dope. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So guess what? I have this very interesting poll. Like actually it's like a checklist that I'm going to go over, but I'm going to wait for last. All right, I'm going to save the best for last. So I'm going to put this last. Okay. Now, we read that already. Okay, yeah, so that's what we want to save for last. Okay, cool. Let's talk about Triller. Let's talk about Triller, please, because they are being sued, honey. All right. And they're not being sued for anything that is not important. This is very important, especially those of you who use it. So Triller is being accused of keeping users' biometric data in a class suit. Hold on. I put on the wrong playlist. My bad. I didn't want y'all to hear my angry shit. Okay, so Triller is accused of keeping users' biometric data, all right, in a class suit. I ain't paying for this whole fucking article because I'm just not. I think that it should be unlawful to be a person that is a reporter and y'all continuously hide shit. All right, you guys hide things behind paywalls, especially during a time where people ain't got it. So I have to pay to read some shit. So, you know, that means you have to do more research to get to the point, which I did. And in this article, they did include the lawsuit. Okay, so what is biometric data? I know that some of you guys are probably wondering what that is. So let's look it up together. So biometrics, biodata. What is it? Is it safe? Is it secure? What is it? So pretty much, biometrics it's a type of technology. It is used to measure the metrics of any human features, which would be like your iPhone, your iPhone's fingerprint and facial recognition technology. It identifies you in order to access any type of device. Okay. So it says biometrics are a way to measure a person's physical characteristics to verify their identity. These can include traits such as, fingerprints and eyes and behavioral characteristics. Every time you unlock a smartphone screen with facial recognition or ask Siri for a weather update or log into your bank account using your fingerprint, you are using your biometrics. So that is the long story short of the shit. Okay. So Triller is being accused of keeping this. So if you are a user and you decide, this app ain't it, they still keep it. They still keep it. But wait until you hear about what the accusation is. All right. Now, I actually pulled up the docket. And when we got to schedule like C, it says Triller automatically transfers users' personally identifiable information to at least 2 corporate affiliates. And I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see that. 38. Triller is transferring users' personally identifiable video information to Triller's corporate affiliates, which are Facebook and Apps Flyer. So it says Triller transmits UID and advertiser ID to Facebook and Apps Flyer along with personal information while a user is logged on to the platform. When a user visits her profile page, Triller pairs the UID and handle with other data from the user's profile page, including but not limited to, anything that is written in the About Me section of the URL of the photo chosen by the user for as an avatar, which is a photographic representation of the user. On the app, whether or not the user has linked an Instagram account, whether or not the user has listed a SoundCloud URL or linked a Snapchat account, or in any photos viewed or liked by the user on their profile. So they also show you how the data is sent, right? Some of you guys don't know how to read shit like this, but this all pretty much explains the string. These are strings, CSS types of strings that allows you to scrape data and send it to the platform, which you and I both did not agree to. We didn't agree to that. So I'm going to have this entire docket information. I'm going to have the lawsuit on my site. And I know that, it's just an accusation, but this is a real troubling accusation, because what happens when you decide that, you want to pull the okie doke on an app? Do they delete everything after you hit delete? That's the question. And we don't know. We don't know. So we're going to keep our eye on this article and this developments for this story, and we'll be back with that. We don't know what's happening. All we know is that these people, the PTB, they got us scanned for everything. So whether you guys sit and say to yourself, oh my God, they got everything already. They got everything already. Why do you think every year, magically, there is a 10-year challenge? I'm not participating in that shit anymore. You don't need to know what I looked like 10 years ago, and you don't need to know what I look like now. It's a trap. Okay. Oh, shout out to Noise System. Noise System is my favorite producers. They're my favorite producer. Okay. All right. I wanted to talk about this. Now, as much as I love the NFT conversation, I love all this stuff. I love anything that has to do with crypto. But I will tell you from my own mouth, I am a little bit tired of hearing about it. I really am. Mainly, I felt like at the time, it was like a little club, a secret club. And people knew that there was a club, but they didn't bust their ass to get in it because everybody got in it. And this is what I feel like we are going into an era of, which is like kind of upsetting, but you can't hop on bandwagons and not know what the band is playing. And I'm noticing that it's a lot of these celebrities, which Eminem just joined the space. Y'all know how I feel about that man. But you know, personal feelings aside, what is the benefit? What is the benefit of this for the underground? Why is hip hop's elite? Right, they're saying, what is Bored Ape? What is Bored Ape? I keep saying 8. I hate that. What is Bored Ape Yacht Club? Why hip hop's elite are spending major money on this NFT? It says in recent months, non-fungible tokens, commonly known as NFTs, have increased in popularity. Last year, Canadian musician Grimes, rock band Kings of Leon, and legendary act the Rolling Stones also tokenized art and music. Let's keep scrolling. So, as you can see, it shows that Eminem has purchased and made his profile picture the Bored Ape. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what I really think is going on here. I am a person that understands marketing, and I'm not saying that this is what I know is happening. I'm talking about what I am assuming is happening. I don't really think that a lot of these musicians are buying these NFTs. I don't believe that. I believe that these musicians are offered money to promote the fact that they have this NFT and change their profile picture, and they're paid handsomely. They're not paid pennies. They're paid handsomely. And in exchange, because now all you know that what they're good for is their platforms. They're not good for anything else. I mean, let's keep it real. What are they good for? All of these rappers that we have invested money in over the years, that we have put in our time and energy and went to these damn shows and bought their damn merch, they are investing into a secret yacht club. And what did George Carlin say? You can't get in it. Is Bored Ape Yacht Club going to be doing some charitable things like for Black and brown people? I wonder. I don't really trust the movement. And I don't like to make this an issue about race, but if you're a rapper, hip hop is built on the foundation of Black and brown faces. So are you giving back to the community after investing into some shit like this? And not only that, if we're going to remove race from this, are you giving back to disenfranchised children? Are you giving back to anyone that is disabled? What do you do with all of this money? If you're claiming that they are spending this amount of money, what happens with that? What happens with the taxes behind that? As far as I'm concerned, this looks like a bunch of money laundering to me. I don't really believe that they're paying these amounts for these NFTs. If I tell you that I spent $1 million on an NFT and you see it in the blockchain because everything is public, that $1 million went from my account to another, how the fuck do we know that that is my money? How do we not know if someone said, take this transaction money, pay it to, we're going to pay it to you and then pay it out? I'm just not buying it. I don't really feel like this is going to do anything for hip hop. You guys all bought a JPEG. That's basically what the consensus is. I mean, I know, how dare you call it a JPEG, Minx? You don't understand. I do understand. I just don't think that they're worth that. So if they're not worth that, then it's just a JPEG to me. So I want to see a little bit more action in the underground from these hip hop elites. Because all I'm seeing is greed. Right? Bored Ape Yacht Club is a collection of 10,000 Bored Ape NFT collectibles, which also grants exclusive membership access. For what? What when you buy into this, what do you get? I know they have a radio station. I know that they have other things to push themselves and each other. I'm saying to myself, you see how these mofos is moving, and you would think that you guys would catch a fucking hint. So I don't. Bored Ape Yacht Club. Like what do y'all do for me? What do you do for anybody? If this is such an exclusive club and no broke people are allowed in it, what do a bunch of rich people do all day? Don't make sense. And speaking of greed, Nipsey Hussle's camp says NFT project was not authorized. Now, see, y'all gonna keep disrespecting the dead until karma comes and bites you in your ass, right? It says a representative for Nipsey Hussle told All Hip Hop his team stopped an unauthorized NFT featuring the late rapper's unreleased music. Nipsey Hussle's camp told the All Hip Hop that the project was unauthorized, forcing them to put a stop to the planned release. Nip's team reached out to those responsible for the NFTs after reports emerged about the collection. Rare Tech partnered with Nod Factor Entertainment's Leroy, Mr. Lee Williams, and Southwest Digital Distribution for the NFT. He claimed to be working with Nipsey Hussle's team when the project was originally announced. With all the NFT platforms available, it's an honor to collaborate with Nipsey Hussle team on such an iconic project for our first ever NFT drop. As we understand the significance of this project and its legacy, we're excited to demonstrate the RAIR technology suite as a truly viable solution to empower creators with more control than any other solution on the market. They were supposed to drop it on January the 6th, and that did not happen. The NFT was going to feature a song titled Blue Laces 3, as well as 7 additional unreleased tracks. The Nipsey Experience collection was also supposed to include a documentary about the deceased rapper and behind-the-scenes footage. His family said, "Nah." This is why I really feel like, again, for what was supposed to be an amazing space for artists to monetize and to get away from the big three, you guys are using this as a graveyard to push unreleased, posthumous shit that nobody asked for. I tell you, I will be fucking damned and crawl out of my fucking grave if I find out my music that I never meant for the world to hear came out. Like, it literally has me contemplating on deleting all of my shit that I don't want anyone to hear. Like, I can't even just hold on to that. I'm not saying that, I'm going to be that great where a song after I am gone is going to matter. I'm just saying some of y'all may want to look into some kind of a dead man switch where your whole operating system gets wiped if you don't log into that shit for like a month. I'm just saying. Okay. So yeah, y'all need to leave leave Nipsey alone. Let him rest in peace. If he wanted to have this done, he would have done it. He was not an idiot. He was getting ready to release a lot of shit with AR technology. I'm pretty sure he knew about the NFTs as well. If he wanted to do it, he would have set that up. So just leave it be. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put on another video, but before I do that, we're going to talk about the Catch-22. This is the complete list that I want to go through, but we're gonna come to that, I promise. So this next song, one of my people's, it's called Top Down. Butterfly Feels. I can't even talk tonight. What the fuck? Butterfly Feels featuring Norkin for Life. And we're going to take a look at this right now, okay? So here we go, Top Down. They dropped this December the 21st as a premiere. I missed the premiere, and I felt bad because, I like being there when my friends and people I support, I like being there when things like this happen. And I didn't get to my DMs on time like an idiot, so we're going to watch it now. And I'm going to get this on. Here we go. Okay. I got to get some water too.
Top down. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Top down, screaming summer 2021. We out here living life and having fun. Yeah, see tomorrow's just another day. Man, let the worries fucking fade away. It's your promise, we got options, don't believe the fucking hype. Man, everybody's wrong and everybody's right sometimes. Never thought of checking in with no one asking my approval from my mirror, cause I love myself. Ay, swear I'll never find a love like this. Search the whole damn world when I've been that bitch. And I don't need shit. Said I'm manifesting everything. I win. I'm the sauce, yeah, I'm the recipe. No stressing me, what? No way nobody saying nothing. We living in the moment, we ain't waiting on it. Baddies in my ride, rocket crystals, yeah, we all stunning. Got energy, take a peek, yeah, we all top down.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Top down, dreaming big, eyes open, this the only way. Can't let this world bring you down, you gotta make a way. Only find a peace of mind in my mental space. No more bad days, cause bitch I say, see we high on life and we high on trees. It's a hell of a combo they don't want you to see. Beautiful black queens living stress free. Sage in the fucking world's bad energy. See daddy told me I was special, I don't settle. Bloodline strong, we gon' thrive through whatever. Got it on my chest, left and right, my protectors. Made it through the storm, now we good, sunny weather, wherever. Wherever this road takes me, I'm flying free. Wherever this road takes me, yeah. Top down, feel the breeze all around. Shades on, bass out, shades on, bass out. Top down.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Top down.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Top down, wherever this road takes me, I'm flying free. Wherever this road takes me, top down, feel the breeze all around. Shades on, bass out, shades on, bass out. Top down, wherever this road takes me, I'm flying free. Wherever this road takes me. Top down, feel the breeze all around. Shades on, bass loud, shades on, bass loud. Top down.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Sleazy on the rise, and you don't want a problem with his guys. Fleazy on the rise, and you don't want a problem with his guys. It's young Fleazy on the rise, and you don't want a problem with his guys. It's young Fleazy on the rise, and you don't want a problem with us.
I love this. See, that is what is missing. Shout out to these two. And you know what? I always laugh at people that say that couples can't, they can't work together in this industry. Like kind of like Jay-Z, Beyonce vibes. That kind of working together as a conglomerate. Partners and just having an overall push to push each other. I really commend that. And I'm telling you, Norkin for Life is going to shoot one of my videos, and I'm going to get them in VR, and that's an even exchange. I can't wait. So thank you for that. I love that. Very, very dope. Very, very dope. All right, so let's get into these this list. This list I came across by accident, but it was funny. Give me a second. Okay, so here it is. It says Catch 22, a complete list of absolutely everything the music business needs to fix or get rid of in 2022. Almost. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting because I agree with some and others I just, I'm like, you had me at the top half. Okay. So this is an opinion piece. This is an opinion piece from Music Business Worldwide. So let's start with the first one. Stop trying to make things go viral. So he says, and when I say he, his name is, what's his name? Oh, Eamon Ford. Okay, so Eamon Ford says the first thing is to stop trying to make things go viral. Rather than this being joyously serendipitous byproduct of marketing, it is starting to feel like the only setting. It utterly misunderstands, or for oppositely, this dude is using. Can Minx get through it? We're gonna try. Okay, so curious and unpredictable ways things hit when they are in the wild. If you are actively manipulating its DNA, it stops being viral and instead becomes void. I agree. You should stop trying to make things go viral because it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. You make something go viral. How do you know what I'm saying? How do you upstage that? How do you get close to that? Going viral takes sometimes just one chance. And then people love it, they follow you, and then it don't hit the same no more. They regret following you at that point. So do I agree? Yes. Stop trying to make things go viral. You're taking the fun out of it. You guys are thinking way too much about something that's so simple. Number 2, absolutely no one wants your terrible NFT. Okay, it says at the start of 2021, hardly anyone in music knew what an NFT was. By the end of 2021, a rare indeed was the person in music who hadn't minted one or at least pulled out most of their hair trying to understand how to mint one. Sadly, almost all of them were diluted mediocrity. To rework the Great Peter Cook line, I met a man at a party. He said, I'm minting an NFT. I said, oh, really? Neither am I. I disagree. You can't say that absolutely no one wants your terrible NFT. I think that what people need is better education so that when you decide that you want to, mint your NFT, you don't have to go crazy trying to do that because you know how to do it. You know if it's going to benefit your project. Don't get into the NFT game because you think you're going to make millions. It's not going to happen that way. You have to mingle with the right crowds. You have to launch projects that are quality. Like it's more than just minting some shit and saying I have an NFT, guys. What are you going to give with that? That's the question. Okay. Artists need to stop being. I'm gonna tell this dude honestly. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hold on. I'm not ashamed to say I don't know how to pronounce something. So let's hear how this is supposed to go. Read aloud, yes. Actually, no, I can't do that. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so it says, we see it hit its Uglanious peak in December with Spotify's Wrap when artists giddily post about how many streams and listens they had in the past year, but it is something that also stinks up social media every Friday when DSPs add new tracks to their branded playlists. Thanks, name of DSP, for adding my blank new single to blank playlist. I agree. Hold on, I'm going to have to crash this out and come back. Okay. I agree. I don't think that it makes sense to constantly just put out some generic shit, right? A lot of you guys put out generic shit, and most of it is DistroKid, and I don't support DistroKid, so you won't hear me or see me playing anything remotely with their horrid logo on it. I think that you need to stop being generic about it. How would you want your favorite artist to tell you that they're dropping a new song? Do you want them to have a rollout that is meaningful to the fans, or do you want to just say it dropped on DistroKid, hit play? A lot of you guys don't understand. You are not at that level to be saying, I got that new heat, hit play. Add me to add this to your playlist, hit play. No. You're not quite there yet. If people were really fucking with you, you wouldn't even have to tell them that you have a new song dropping, because when the song drops, they're going to get an alert. It pops up on Spotify. It pops up as a new release. Duh. So you guys got to figure out a different way. That ain't it. It's not working. It's not working. I'm being honest. Number 4, it says no more than 5% of your social media output should be sales messages. It says, of course, you have a new track, album, tour, merchandise. It would be ridiculous to not tell your fans about it on your assorted social media channels. But if that is all your social media is, then you have a real problem. Think of the founding principles John Reef outlined for the BBC exactly 100 years ago. Inform, educate, and entertain. You'll notice he didn't say anything about commercials. I agree. If there's anything that I agree about this particular post, that's one thing I agree with. If you are constantly advertising, I don't want to see that. Show us you. Tell us about your day and what led up to that track. I'm tired of y'all trying to sell me shit, and I feel like I'm in Radio Shack where you won't let me leave even if I just came to get a fucking battery from my remote. You want to sell me a flip phone. I didn't come here for that. I don't go to your pages to be sold. I go to your pages to check on you as the artist. Try to be a little bit more personal. We are in a social media world now, right? As artists, fans want to feel like they can feel you. Pause. All right. Number 5, stop paying lip service to mental health. It says, yes, it is great that this is all being discussed publicly, that the well-being of musicians and staff members is now a topic of conversation rather than a topic of shame. Loudly proclaiming that you are listening and that you really care is one thing, but it's somewhat undermined when musicians are expected to do endless promotion and find time to make content for some half-baked marketing idea, or when staff already working 12-hour days are told they need to put their shoulder to the wheel just a bit more. I agree. I think that mental health is a problem. A lot of people, you guys feel like you're going crazy, but you're not. The problem is that you have too much food on your plate and you're still hungry. And you're hungry to the point where you don't even like what the fucking plate looks like anymore. The food is not fulfilling. So you have to step back sometimes from this, from everything. And you have to find what ignited you to want to do this. What was your reason? What was your purpose? That's what you have to find. If you find yourself making music and it's making you frustrated, or making content and it's making you frustrated, take a break. Take a breather. We will miss you, right? You don't even have to announce that you're missing. I wouldn't even do that. Hey guys, I need to take a break from my mental health. Don't even do that. Just take a break. If real ones care, they'll notice that you haven't posted content in 10 minutes, 24 hours, a week. They'll notice. Okay. Then they say, number 6, employ more people. I agree, because you can't get in contact with any of these services like they used to. We know why. Number 7, releasing music is not an automatic entitlement to make money. Most musicians today do not make a full and comfortable living from music. This is no different from 30 years ago, or 200 years ago, or 1,000 years ago. The economics odds, excuse me, the economic odds are stacked against you. And they were always stacked against you. Sorry, just because you make music, it doesn't follow. Hold on. Okay. Just because you make music, it doesn't follow that you can or even should roll in clover. Even in the house of Meduski had limits on how much art. I said Meduski. Here I am thinking of, what's his face? The house of the city had limits on how much art it could support. So yes, just because you put music out doesn't mean you're entitled to make money. I think what people should be looking towards is that one person that DMs you and says that your song helped them through a tough time, or your beat made them feel great when they were working out. These are the things that matter the most, at least to me. So stop conflating a passive streamer with someone who would in the olden days have actually bought your music. Hearing music and caring about music are two different things, and the former does not automatically lead to the latter. It is like a rerun of the P2P arguments from 2 decades ago, insisting that every unlicensed download was a lost sale. What has happened is that person may have heard your music and did not switch it off after 30 seconds. That is all. That's true. Number 9, pay artists and songwriters better. Duh. Number 10, I know that it's an increase in payments, but it's still not going to fix deeper popularity problems. If listeners do not flock to the artists in sufficient numbers, any royalty increase is going to be like throwing an ice cube into wildfires, which is agreed. I agree with that. Number 11, most of you have no business being in the metaverse. You have never cared about the metaverse before summer 2021. You have never even cared about gaming before. You are the worst kind. Basically, y'all are riding on coattails and getting into a platform that you don't belong, is what he's saying. I don't agree with that. Excuse me, I'm drinking water. I don't agree with that. I think the metaverse, I think it's for everybody. Everybody can be in the metaverse. The question is, what are you going to use it for? A lot of people have merged, like I said, into the Oculus realm. To tell people that they don't belong somewhere, it's kind of not right. But you should do your investigations before getting into anything that requires you spending money. Okay? Says finally have the guts to release to increase subscription streaming prices. I disagree with that. Ain't nobody paying $9.99 for something you can get for free on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm not. Increase what? Increase what? How about you increase your technology to be intelligent enough to not yoink people's money before our paycheck hits the fucking account? Number 13 says stop jacking up the price of vinyl. I agree. Number 14, watching TikTok is not the same as A&R. I disagree, because social media is the A&Rs now. Social media has the power to put you on now. This is not the 90s, and if you don't know how to use social media, that's probably why you're not growing. Everybody has an opportunity to grow on social media. Okay, that's just the facts. Let's continue. It says, except that not all musicians are making great art, and that huge clumps of music released today is not great art. And that's true. A lot of music that is out here today is trash. I don't care how nicely you want to put it. It's not good. Just because you can make music doesn't mean that you should. I think everybody should have at least one song. Do I think that you need to step on me and tell me my music ain't shit because you're mad because you're not getting any views? I mean, that's where I draw the line. When you are picking on other artists knowing good and damn well your mixes is off. Okay. No box set should cost over $100. That's subjective. Stop seeing record labels as solely the enemy. Sometimes they are awful, of course they are. Welcome to capitalism. But sometimes they diligently and very quietly save the artists from themselves and their worst excesses over and over again. No, that's not true. They are the enemy. Record labels are the enemy. I don't care about what you're saying about that. It says you forfeit the right to complain about how little songwriters get paid if you are complicit in normalizing a world where 20 songwriters are bought in to craft a hit single. That one I agree with. Why does it take 20 people to put together one song? Why does it take 15 producers to make one beat? How is anybody considered a GOAT if you need help like that? I don't agree with that. Like Beyonce's Lemonade. Like, you know how many writers? How is that talent if you can't write your own shit? How is that talent? I know that there's a lot of R&B artists that cannot write their own songs, but you're not even a co-writer. Like, it baffles me. You have artists like me that write their own songs. They make their own beats. They engineer their own shit. They're shooting their own music videos like Norkin for Life. All of that. And we're haters because we say and question the validity of someone's talent. You don't write your own shit. The fuck? Like how does that make you a more talented artist than me? Because you dance well? Okay. Stop making verbose excuses for a lack of diversity on your conference panels, festival bills, and instead spend that time and energy doing something to fix it. You can start by not releasing a lineup announcement that proves absolutely every negative thought that your detractors have ever had about you. That's like locking all the doors and crying that nobody came to your birthday party. I agree. Pay for things, number 20. If people in the music business always blag free tickets, subscriptions, etc., then don't expect anyone else to pay for things. Lead by example. Support the arts out of your own pocket. And that is the truth. I buy merch. I buy physicals. I buy digitals. I do what I can. If I have it, I give it. I don't expect freebies. Go to concerts with uncynical people who don't work in music and catch the support act. Agreed. It's sometimes nice to be friends with people that are just consumers. I hate dealing with people sometimes because I'm like, you make music, I make music, we both make music, so why, hanging out with people that are just like you sometimes is kind of like stressful. And number 22, keep digging for the thing that will change your life again. If you work in music and are not finding at least one new act or one new record every month to get ridiculously excited about, then you're probably no longer fit for purpose. Wow. He gave it to you. And you know what? These start great conversations, to be honest with you. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I know that was a struggle. It took us a minute to get through it, but you know how I am. I like to be perfect, and sometimes being perfect, I fuck up a lot. All right, so the last video for today is my cousins, both John the Don and King Haj, with a song called Light Show. All right, so we're gonna get this on, and we'll come back with some final thoughts. And here we go.
Yo, we break jaws, light shit, poke niggas with ice picks. Bros act up, we send dykes to fight chicks. Niggas love to hear that real when I write shit. I'm in Vermont getting chauffeured by a white bitch. Moving bundles for me, I got abundance on me. The snub of 40 and Forrest Gulf to call me. Sean Jacob Corey, Douglas Peter, fuck it, keep up. Switch the name up every re-up. No bitch, I don't know Kiss. Bart not my brother, I ain't from Locust. I never sold shit, never had to scrap, never poke shit. Never ran gangsters on a whole bitch. Never hustle with swaz and touch the whole brick. I don't know nothing, I'm fucked up, let me hold something. Roll something with the Mac on the hip. Get this new shit, bet you jump back on my dick.
Sick of these niggas, bitches, and light shows. Bigger than money, bigger than life goes. Breadcrumbs, death comes and life goes. Flex once, you best run, alright, yo? Sick of these niggas, bitches, and light shows. Bigger than money, bigger than life goes. Breadcrumbs, death comes and life goes. Flex once, you best run, alright, yo?
Burning trees in the Taurus, it's like a lit forest. The mother low won't be gone until the end of August. My game got a hook, as if I spit a chorus. If she thick and gorgeous, to dick get rigor mortis. Sheetrock turned into a pack of dummies. Made the street hide all for a stack of 20s. Calm as a bitch, you won't get jacked from me. They act funny when you ask to flip their tax money. The consigliere, La Costa Nostra, told toasters with army fatigue clothes like soldiers. The penny in the dust jar, stole it out the loafers. My nigga caught a body, came home and got his OSHA. My composition keep the competition hating. I should get compensated for conversating. Let's talk. Contemplating on condos that's kinda spacious. My gym star carved constellations and faces.
Took sick of these niggas, bitches, and light shows. Bigger than money, bigger than life goes. Breadcrumbs, death comes, and life goes. Flex once, you best run, alright, yo? Sick of these niggas, bitches, and light shows. Bigger than money, bigger than life goes. Breadcrumbs, death comes, and life goes. Flex once, you best run, alright, yo?
Yeah. I tell you, I come from a musical family and I support my family. They support me. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So again, shout out to my cousins, John and Haji. And I appreciate your contribution to music, putting out that heat. And also my cousin D-Sype, he was in that bitch. You saw him standing right next to my cousin. My whole family. Damn. All right. Final thoughts. Here I am dying. I don't have, you know what. My throat is just very dry lately. I don't know. I went out, got some fresh air and came back. My throat's all scratchy. So, you know, I just want to close this out by saying, we are in an era of finding new ways to do things, and the old way ain't it. The old way is not it. So we have to adapt to change. And with all the stuff that's happening with the NFT space and things like that, I just been keeping my eye on everything. One thing that will not change is the opportunity to be seen in these spaces. I highly recommend hanging out on places like Twitter and places like Discord to keep the conversation going, because I don't think social media is going to be here that much longer. Hold on, I have to cough one more time. Damn, shit. I need to get a lozenge. But I don't think social media is going to be here for that long. We are now merging back into an era where everything was just audio, right? Everything was just audio. We had the party chat lines. They gave us a taste of that with Clubhouse. And as you can see, nobody's fucking with Clubhouse no more. Everybody's in Twitter spaces. So you got to be in the spaces that matter. And Twitter spaces is dope. And, you know, you build up your following a little bit. You get a space. You're able to host audio rooms and talk to people that you fuck with, and vice versa, and new people that will possibly help you on your journey. You know, if you want to learn more about NFTs, that's definitely where you should be, talking to people that are in the space that are very knowledgeable, and you know, they're not going to steer you wrong. They want the space to grow. All right. So again, thank you for tuning in to the Minx Show podcast. Make sure you guys get me your music. Give me your music, your videos. You guys can actually head over to Anchor, right? And submit me a voice note that I could feature on the show. All right? You could ask me anything as long as it's appropriate. So again, catch me on Twitch for my gaming, which is Minx Couture TV, as well as my YouTube is also Minx Couture TV. The links are in my bio. I look forward to speaking to each and every one of you, and reach out to me, ask me your questions, and I'll do my best to answer it as best as I can. Make sure you join the Patreon. We have a new tier, which is a $10 a month tier that allows you to join me in the metaverse as we build on the blockchain. All right. I appreciate you guys. I just dropped Red Pill on all platforms. And I'm gonna play that on as a closing song. Hold on. Which I was very surprised because when I dropped this, it wasn't on all platforms like it was supposed to. It didn't even hit Spotify until like 3 days later. Fuck, something is happening with Spotify, and I'm gonna figure it out. Here we go. Red Pill. Enjoy your day.
I know that I can't change you.